Let's begin with a broad overview. I think we spoke to you last time as well, just shortly after the elections, about your correct about your overarching observations. Yes. But let's go through that again.
Sure.
What were the what were the key takeaways here?
Okay, today we came back to the country. We left the country on the 2nd of June, and we always said that we will come back to present our final report. This is the final report, product of our observation. And
pull that up.
We came here and we arrived 3 days ago to present the final report. We did it today in a press conference this morning at noon. We have already presented the final report to the authorities of the country, to the ministry, to the Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Mrs. Tess Lazaro, and also to the COMELEC, to the Comelican Bank yesterday. It was just a very productive meeting. So this report, I always like to say that it tells the story of the elections, but we always like to put things into the future, and for that we have we propose 21 recommendations, which are presented for the consideration of the authorities of the country, of the civil society organizations, and to voters in general, for the consideration to be implemented. There are 7 main recommendations out of the 21. And our main finding, I think it's, I don't like to talk about negative and positive observations. We observe and we present what we have what we have found. So the main observation is that that we commend voters for their participation in the elections. It was the highest turnout, one of the highest turnouts in
Filipinos love elections.
Yeah, in the Philippine midterm elections, is something that is really commendable, and for us, it means that voters showed a strong commitment to this country.
Strong commitment to democratic values.
To democratic values, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what. Yeah.
Or a fiesta. Our elections here is like a fiesta.
It is a fiesta. It should be a fiesta everywhere, but not only here.
If you don't mind, can I zoom in some particular, some specific recommendations that I think you made? Among them, I suppose updating the Omnibus Election Code, which is quite outdated, and decriminalizing defamation and libel, I suppose. But the Omnibus Election Code has been there, I think, since 1985. There have been several pushes to have it amended and revised. It never moves forward because, the last thing apparently our politicians want is to update it. Everything from election spending, campaign finance, those kinds of rules, they're not moving. They're so obsolete. So I'm wondering how we can move forward with this. Barring a complete change in Congress, in the Philippine Congress, it's really not moving in the Philippines.
Well, these are recommendations. We are not imposing anything. We're just recommending, it's up for the Filipino citizens, for the representatives in Congress to take. This is a specific recommendation that we have. To review and to consolidate and harmonize the legal framework for elections. That recommendation is addressed to the lawmakers, who are those who can change the laws and who are those who make laws. It's up for them to take it on board and to engage into a review of the legal framework for elections. What we have assessed is that the legal framework has gaps and ambiguities, and it's also superseded by subsequent laws. And on top of that, some of the provisions in the law that are outdated or are superseded are still in the law. So that creates confusion, because you're never sure which article is applicable or not.
And wider latitude for regulatory bodies to be subjective in decision making.
Well, that's your assessment. It's not our assessment. We're not going into that into those which can be a subjective assessment. But what we are saying that the law should be harmonized the legal framework, because it's a number of laws. It's not only one single law. Should be harmonized and consolidated. And then it's up to the representatives of the Filipino citizens to take it on board and to assess determine the extent of that review, or maybe they don't see it they don't deem it's necessary. It's up to them.
Right.
Mr. Sanchez, our Commission on Elections has recommended many reforms in the electoral system. Did you consult with them or did you talk with them? And what do you think of some of those recommendations? They have specific recommendations on campaign finance, for example. Have you talked to them, and what do you think of their proposals?
We have talked several times with COMELEC, with the Commissioners and Bank, and with the chair, George Garcia. We have also assessed that there are some shortcomings in the law that include campaign finance, includes also party regulation, includes also the existence of political dynasties, and it's also a provision in the Constitution to say that that should be addressed, and has not been addressed for almost 40 years. So yes, we've been in touch. We've been in contact with. We had several meetings with COMELEC, and they also raised those issues on the shortcomings of the law. Yes.
So do you honestly believe that your proposals can be accepted or accommodated within the present political system? Or should it entail a different political system? My question is based that European system is different from the Philippine system, and a lot of the problems here is connected not to policies or laws, but on the system itself.
Yeah, no, we don't go that far because it's not in our mandate to change things. In our mandate is to recommend based on our assessment of the elections, to propose recommendations that can improve electoral processes.
That's my question.
Yeah.
Are those recommendations within the present system or in a system which is different?
What do you mean by system?
Like the present presidential system here.
We don't, there is no, we based our assessment on international commitments and principles for democratic elections and political participation. And there is no, one system is better than other.
Whether or not our
commitment
institutions
doesn't say, the commitment, there is nothing in the commitments that say that there is a system that is better than others. We don't go that.
It comes down whether it comes down to whether our institutions can enact these reforms.
It's in the purview,
whether it's strong enough.
The purview of the elected of
the sovereign
of the country to choose the system that thinks it's better for it.
Like party financing is more conducive to a parliamentary system where there are real political parties.
You mean we don't have real?
You mean we don't have real? Okay. Don't need to answer. You don't need to answer that.
Did you have
wait, hold on. Sorry. Talk me through recommendation number 9 around the campaign environment here. I'm going to read it out. It says extensively regulated campaign marked by rampant vote buying, incumbent advantages, and mixed competitiveness with continued violence, challenging access to fundamental freedoms. Talk us through your findings in this particular recommendation.
Can I have it here? Because I know. Yeah, that is the section that we said where we assessed the campaign finance. The campaign environment. We said that the campaign that the law provides for freedom of movement, freedom of assembly, and so of all. All freedoms related to campaigning were respected. We also mentioned that there are several issues with electoral violence.
Yeah.
That is something that everybody says that there was less violence than in previous elections or in other elections, but for us, one person killed.
It's one too many.
It's one too many, or one incident is one too many. So I think we need to be very strong on that, and then condemn and to also mention that these things happen. Vote buying. We have documented several instances of vote buying. We say that vote buying is widespread, and also we have made a recommendation that we believe can address partially can address the issue of vote buying, which is ensuring that the voters vote in secrecy, that the secrecy of the vote, which is a fundamental right for all voters, is enforced and ensured by the electoral institutions. And something that
Can you cite more specific cases of vote buying without naming names or naming places?
It's in the report. We have documented several instances. You have to understand that when we were observing, we were identified as observers. So therefore,
Yes.
if someone was, buying votes, they
wouldn't do it in front of you.
they would not do it in front of us. But we received credible
Yes.
But it-
reports from many areas
Right.
where these things happened. Also, that was a kind of competition between candidates and parties. To attract to draw the attention of voters by providing some funds to them. Yeah.
And in the report does cite that Comelec itself launched over 800 investigations and issued over 200 show cause orders on grounds of vote buying and partisan distribution of ayuda. So these are just the ones that they are aware of. But what was Comelec's reaction to this when you presented your findings?
We have also assessed that Comelec took a tough stance against vote buying by issuing resolutions and by having this contra task force that was also in place for to fight against vote buying. But vote buying roots has no only political or electoral implication or reasons. It has socio-economical reasons. So therefore, that people that is in need sells what they have, and they have their vote.
Yeah.
And therefore, people sell their votes, and because there is someone who's also willing to pay for that. So it's something that cannot only be addressed or tackled through electoral means or through a punitive system. It's a systemic issue that needs to be changed. Through a change in the minds of the people or a change in the society, and that goes beyond our mandate.
We're a work in progress. What can we say? We have run out of time, unfortunately, so we'll leave the conversation there. Thank you so much for coming all the way here to talk us through the EU Election Observation Mission final report for the Philippines. That's can people get a hold of this?
You can download it online. It's online. It's not now. You can everybody can download it.
What's the
online.
website?
The
And you
website
have an assembly tomorrow.
eom.eu and eumphilippines.eu.
Okay,
They can
so
be downloaded.
anyone can download this if you want to try to understand.
And also,
what
you
that-
can also find it in our social media
Right.
channels and on X, Instagram,
and Facebook.
And Facebook.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So anyone can download the Philippines report on the EU observation mission for the midterm
You
elections.
have an assembly
Manu-
tomorrow.
that,
No.
I thought
that
you had an
was
assembly tomorrow
Manuel
morning.
Manuel Sanchez de Nogues, Deputy Chief of the European Union Election Observation Mission to the Philippines. Thanks for your time.
Thank you
today.
very much. Thank you for having
Thank you,
me
sir.
here.
Thank you for coming over.
Thank you.
Thank you.